everybody, Francis here, and welcome back to the Tales channel. Today I wanted to kind of hop back to pre-campaign 1, and I wanted to talk about the most dramatic time that I killed a player character. This is going to be different from my previous videos on my own personal channel because I'm more specifically talking about the Tales of Octavia, how it was before the podcast started, and that's sort of why I wanted to talk about the game today. If you haven't seen the previous episodes or know what happened in the previous session, is that a player character has died, and that made me want to make this video. When one time, long time ago, it was a campaign with me, Greg, Michael, Matthew, and Maddie. Maddie was brand new to our group, and it was the first ever session that Maddie played. And at the time, she played a different version of Helene, and meanwhile, Michael was playing a rogue, Matthew was playing a paladin, which is Griamore, but a paladin, and lastly, Greg was playing a wizard known as Zvi. So during the campaign, they were fighting against an Oni mob boss named Bartholomew, and Bartholomew was this literal underground crime boss who he owned a club. Bartholomew wanted to use the underground population and their various factions and people from the underground to attack surface folk, and that's where this campaign began picking up. So Bartholomew was the name brought to the characters at the time, and they said, we will deal with Bartholomew. We will talk to him and we will get him to stop attacking the surface. Let me mind you, terrible idea, but when your players believe peace is an option, so the party at the time decided to travel to the Underdark, to the town that Bartholomew lived in, and they decide to walk in and talk to Bartholomew. Bartholomew at the time was ruthless, unforgiving. He would not take any prisoners. I tried to inform the players about all of these, different instances that Bartholomew was involved in, where Bartholomew, he raised taxes even though he's not a government official. He beat up people that he believed were doing the wrong thing. But the party still insisted on going to see him. The party at the time ran into Helene, who is at the time, I believe she was in the Underdark because she was looking for something on her personal quest. I can't really remember the details. Helene and the party at the time, they decided, okay, Zvi, Aiden's the rogue, and Griamore at the time, they all decided to go into Bartholomew's shop one more time, and because of the warning that they received beforehand, Bartholomew attacked. He was not dealing with their nonsense. There was this large battle that took place throughout the entire estate, through the entire mansion of the club that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. But at the final battle, when Bartholomew, because he's an Oni, he revealed his super final form and decided to attack a unconscious Aiden. Zvi ran in front of him and tried to cast Thunder Wave, and which Bartholomew, because he's a boss, succeeded, and he was not pushed back. He was still dealt damage, which he was very low at the time. Zvi took the hit, he tossed the unconscious body away, and it was time to say goodbye. And Zvi was killed by Bartholomew. The party at the time decided to run away because they believed that Bartholomew was still healthy enough to deal with the rest of the party. So they ran away to live and fight another day. And that was Maddie's first session with the party. I look back on that session because that was probably the first time we had a very strong character death. At this time, Greg was playing Zvi for at least, I want to say, 3-4 months, and we would be playing every week, so everyone loves this character. Zvi was the first player that had a pet, and Jeff, which basically we just cut and paste into Helene's backstory because Helene loved Jeff more than Greg's or Zvi's character and Greg personally. So that was the first character death. And as a DM, when I decide player character deaths, I purposely don't go out of my way to kill the players. That might sound like a very big cop-out and a very DM thing for me to say, but honestly, I don't go out of my way to kill my players. However, I do think there needs to be this connection between the DM and the players, that I am not going easy on them and that there is actual consequences for their actions. When you insert player death, you want to do it in a way where player death is actually meaningful and can be intense for the party. When characters do brave things, sometimes they just fall flat, and that's part of the game. And that was the first session with Maddie, and the most dramatic time that I killed a player. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, I'll see you in the next video. So, bye guys.